I'm Chris Williams from Cyclone Fanatic and a proud Iowa State graduate from the class of 2007. No one shows up like Iowa State fans. And Cyclones support Cyclones on and off the field. Your gift can provide scholarships to students, fund groundbreaking research. We could even drum up opportunities for the marching band. Visit MoveWhatMatters.com to learn how you can make an impact today.
Chris Williams, Brent Blum. From the Northwest Bank Studios, it's Williams and Blum, presented by Mechdyne on the Cyclone Fanatic Podcast Network.
Good morning. It is just after 9 o'clock on September the 10th. Iowa State goes to Arkansas State on Saturday. I just got to the office a little bit early to watch some Arkansas State and some Butch Jones, and man, that poor guy.
It's tough being a Group of 5 coach in this era.
He is not a happy camper right now. We'll get into all that. We are presented by Mechdyne, MECHDYNE.com, enabling discovery. One of our great listeners just tweeted at us last week that he had just applied for a job at Mechdyne because we told him about it, which is awesome. That's how this is all supposed to work.
Is he going to get it, though?
I don't know. I hope so, for his sake.
We can't control that one, pal.
Be great to be able to go to these Mechdyne socials and meet some fanatics.
Absolutely.
We are in the Northwest Bank Studios. Remember, if you open up a checking account between now and Saturday, you're going to get the normal bonus, but then you're going to get the bonus of the Arkansas State, Iowa State score combined, which could be a lot of money.
I was on my Northwest Bank mobile app yesterday.
Oh, nice.
And promos in there, too. Rocco,
oh, cool.
Rocco popped up on my mobile bank screen.
That's cool.
That was fun. So, yeah, good, awesome people. Go in there several times a week. That's the banking we did our collective banking through, and first-class people.
Very cool. All right, let's get into all of it. Let's have some fun today. The varsity football program up at Iowa State University is 3-0. They're ranked in the top 15 of the country. Gotten a lot of national love this week. After you got the Barnes Farms hat on.
See that?
I like that. Yeah.
You like that? Yeah.
I have a Barnes Farms hat. We have those up on Cyclone Fanatic Shop, by the way.
Ran to the Barnes family, and
lovely,
like,
folks.
You need a hat. And I'm like, I do need a hat. And so proud to represent. Rylan got some run in the Iowa game.
Did look good.
Yep,
look good
great
out there.
So way to go, Rylan. Way to go, Barnes family. Thank you, guys.
I'm starting to. I just love the clones too much. I want to buy every jersey.
I know.
Like I need a Rocco jersey. I need a Mendezoon jersey. That's my guy. Tag team partner.
And Big Citrus is going to be valuable someday.
The Big Citrus jersey. I need a Rylan Barnes jersey.
We need a Brett Eskelson jersey at this
I need a Brett Eskelson jersey. Like, I just want all the jerseys. We do
Kyle,
have
Kyle Conradi jersey.
We do have Kyle Conradi shirts coming. That should literally. I think it'll be up today. They're really
Good.
baller. Like, they're really, really cool. I can't
Kyle's
wait.
Awesome young man, by the way. Happy for him.
Nice young man. I've been texting him about the shirt.
Yep.
He's
great
Seems
family.
like a really, really nice young man.
100%.
I got a problem.
We got too many favorites. It's like picking your favorite child.
I just love the clones too much. It's a sickness.
And we're not even in Jamarian Bateman season yet.
Oh, man. Got to get a Bateman jersey. Got to get a Lipsy jersey. And now we can put their names on it because of the NIL world. Like back in the day, they'd have to be like fake jerseys, remember? You'd have to go to Hy-Vee and have them
create the fake
Yeah,
Chinese
or
jersey.
get-
You
yeah,
remember,
get
you
the-
remember those days?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I had to do that with a Carper. Like
We
I had
had-
to create a fake Adam Carper jersey when he was playing.
And then did you at least buy him a beer for that? Because he couldn't get anything for it.
No, I'm not giving him that. I'm his PR machine. He owes me, if anything.
He owes you. Yeah. Now he's
Value
doing your
over the years. He
now
owes
he's
me.
doing your taxes.
Let's have a little fun here. Iowa State, Arkansas State. We'll get into our Wiffles Hybrids Big 12 segment. Let's. I listened to a Joel Klatt podcast, and we'll get into all that. But the Big 12's in a bad spot right now. The problem is the ACC looks really good as far as the top heavy goes. So we're going to talk about we can just lead here. Do you want to just lead
All right.
here because the
All
Iowa
right.
State game's not that interesting. Wiffles Hybrids, plant your independence, plant Wiffles, baby. The
Chris,
Klatt's
we-
point.
We hope the Iowa State game is not interesting.
Correct.
We hope. Yeah.
That Klatt's point, and he's a Big 12 guy. Like Klatt is always very defensive of the Big 12. He played in the Big 12. He calls Big 12 games. His point was that the same thing we've said when Arizona State goes down. It doesn't really matter, unfortunately, what. It's kind of bullshit because it doesn't really matter what Mississippi State is this year. Like they could end up being 10-2. Like the narrative is still that the Big 12 champion lost to like the last place team in the SEC. And what's bullshit about it is that like Baylor was a middle of the pack Big 12 team that beat the ACC champion that was in
On
the
the road.
playoff. Yeah. But like you don't get the same headline. Like that's what sucks about it. Klatt's point, and I think it's a good one, and the Big 12 has a shot here. I think so. Like Iowa State doesn't play Utah or Texas Tech, which is great. The league needs that. Texas Tech and Utah play next week. Did you know that on the bye week?
I did. Yep.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to have a little shindig for that.
I'm
Maybe
in.
make some fairway ribs. Klatt's point is that the Big 12 needs like two teams to just kind of run away with this thing and just be either undefeated or one loss when they meet in Arlington. His problem for the league is not so much of what the Big 12 has done, although, he pointed out the obvious Arizona State thing. But it was that the ACC now has what looks like three teams because Florida State appears to be good again. Like that looks like a two-bid league. Again, and you can argue it. It's a perception thing, guys. Like these aren't our opinions. It's a national perception thing that I would argue that Clemson hasn't looked that good. But you've got Clemson, Miami, and Florida State that are all bigger time programs, and that's kind of like this TV world that we live in. So
And here's where I totally understand exactly what you're saying. But if a Big 12 team is 11-1, or let's say 11-2 if they lost in the Big 12 championship game, and an SEC school is 9-3 and finished fifth, who gets the nod in the playoff committee? Like that's.
And we'll find out.
We'll find. That is why I'm like I'm an optimist. Everybody knows this. If Texas Tech, Utah, or Iowa State, who are already in the top 20,
I think those three have a shot.
I think I do too. And the great thing with those three, C-Dub, they're already in there. This isn't Arizona State who had to come from way back.
Well, this isn't like Iowa State last year where you started unranked.
Right.
That's why you astutely made the point. I remember you putting it into my head with that Miami game last year, that was a big deal only because of the ranking thing.
You can thank Iowa State being 14th in the country because Iowa State beat Miami last year.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Completely
And that's
agree.
why I'm like, if Iowa State, again, hypothetically, and Tech and Utah are in a similar thought process, I think, nationally right now. If Iowa State goes 11-1, and makes the Big 12 championship game, C-Dub, they will be ranked in the top 8, most likely. They're already 14th. These teams will keep losing, and you're going to elevate just based on that. Now, we know there's a difference between the AP poll, the coaches poll, and the committee. But what I'm saying is at that point, Iowa State and probably Tech and Utah, if they're in the similar boat, will all be in the top 10. I think you could get 2 out of that. I do. Because then even in your loss in the Big 12 championship game, if it's to Utah or Texas Tech, is a loss against a fellow top 10 team. Like that shouldn't drop you below a 3-loss SEC team. Now, I say that on September 10th. We'll see if the committee has the guts to do that. I don't know. I just think you're better off. You need, again, like I said Sunday, you need your bad teams to be bad.
Well, we need to bring in TCU into the Brant. Good point.
Yeah,
TCU should probably be in the conversation here
they are.
too.
They had a win, but again, they did not start. Yeah. Are they ranked now? I don't think they're ranked yet.
I don't think so. No.
So, again, they got a little more work to do, I think, than the other three from a reputation standpoint. But they're in the conversation as well. I just think the Big 12 was an interesting year in the first year of the 12 team because they had all these 7-2 teams, and that is not good. You don't want 7-2, but 8-1 with an undefeated non-conference, I think you got a shot. I really do.
I do too. If you have two 8-1s
playing in the Big 12 championship,
you got a shot.
You got a shot. So I don't think it's all doom and gloom from that standpoint, but I agree with you. If resumes are similar and you're dealing with each 2-loss teams, absolutely, your Florida State is getting the edge over Utah or Texas Tech. It's just that's the way it is. It's unfair, but that's the way it is.
The other thing I would point out, I know they lost on Saturday, but I'll be damned if Kansas isn't going to have an impact on this Big 12 race. With their quarterback playing at that level, he's really good, and now he's no longer like the immature kid that was just running around. Like if you've watched them closely, he looks like he's grown up. He's a man out there, and I would, if we're handicapping the league the rest of the way, I'll be damned if they're not going to be a upset type. And you also, I still think you have to put Kansas State in that mix too. Down the stretch, like to think that they're just going to roll over and die and just be the team we saw lose to Army. Like, I don't know. Clearly their season is in the tank, but they still have talent there. Yeah. And Kleiman, he didn't just forget how to coach. Clearly the Ireland thing is hit that thing, that whole deal. But
you're right. There are going to be games, maybe as soon as this weekend, where you're like, oh, I didn't think about that. I'm fascinated by that K-State Arizona.
Friday night's one of my best games of the weekend to watch. Is Kansas State Arizona.
I don't know what to make of that. And Arizona's coming to Trice here in 2 weeks. So
are they the most underrated team in the league right now? Maybe
they haven't played anybody.
Yeah, I know.
They haven't played anybody.
But they might. Yeah. They look really good though.
That is a situation. Again, we hit on it this summer, where Brennan, who came in last year, let the team kind of run the show because he didn't want to upset any of the players and have them transfer. Well, that didn't work. So they brought in a whole bunch of new players, and this may be a case, C-Dub, where changing the culture by getting a bunch of new guys in is actually for the betterment of the program, not just a bunch of mercenaries. So they really went down. They got a lot of winners, I'll say, from Group of 5 teams, and they kind of put them all together. Well, so far, so good. Now, they haven't played anybody, but I am fascinated. If Arizona wins that game by 10+, they're going to come up to Ames and be feisty. I have no doubt. And so that's where I'm like them. West Virginia obviously lost to Ohio. They will get better as the year goes on. Houston's better this year. So, again, I think the league as itself is better. It's just back to the playoff conversation. If you're judged just on the playoff, you need your A teams to be A teams every single week.
No doubt about that. We'll get into Iowa State and Arkansas State now. I guess it's the Wiffle Hybrids Big 12 segment, so that means we have to go through the Big 12 schedule.
Yeah, what else we got? Because that doesn't, again, the K-State Arizona game is a non-conference game.
Yeah, which I hate. I can't wait till this cycle's gone.
I think it's done after this.
We have a real Big 12 matchup on Friday night. ESPN, Colorado at Houston. And this ticks me off because I promised my oldest I would take her to the Bondurant game, and I really want to watch this game. The Fighting Willie Fritzes hosting Colorado. The line is 4.5 in favor of Fritz.
How about Colorado already going to the third-string quarterback?
Yeah, that's a desperation move.
Man, I don't know. Dion just looks like he's grasping a little bit. 4.5 Houston there. They've looked really good. And Rice, they beat Rice up. Now, Rice is no good, but that's still – they haven't allowed many yards at all, Houston. And their defense, Cito, if you look at last year, their defense was fine. It's just they didn't have any skill players. And they got the A&M kid at quarterback now. Skill's a little bit better. I'm with you. I think Houston's a team that they may win that game comfortably.
Yeah, I would be confident in that. The line is 44.5.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be low scoring. Do you trust a third string? And again, I went to Houston last year. Not exactly an electric home field. Maybe it's a little bit better that they're undefeated down there. But still, weird spot. Interested in that game for sure.
Prime's coming to town. Does that still have any?
A little bit.
Juice?
I was thinking about this week too. If he keeps struggling there, it's going to make that Boulder ticket a lot more attractive to get for Iowa State fans.
Yeah, I wish I wouldn't have bought all of ours early.
It won't be as expensive. Now it's still a hot ticket. It's still expensive. I think it's still a sellout, but you might be able to get a third tier market there.
Our group wanted to be in the Iowa State section, so we bought all those up early, and I'm guessing that we probably overspent.
I think there's going to be heavy dose of Cardinal and Gold over there.
By the way, it was confirmed yesterday. I'll have all the details out on that, but I will be having a book party the night before that game. Like, it is happening. There's a cidery. Is that what they're called? Like a brewery?
Cidery, yeah, but with, yeah.
Yeah.
Does it have beer, though, or is it just...
Yeah, they got all the... It's actually a really cool place. It's like an outdoor venue where you can play, like, bags, and, like, it's huge. The Denver Cyclone Club is going to host it.
Nice. So the book is... You must be in the final stages.
Yeah, we're in the full, like, editing process now. We were just waiting on the Bloom chapter.
Yeah, there's a Bloom chapter in there.
There's a Bloom NIL chapter. It's great. Yeah. You guys will love it. Yeah. Bloom gives some great insight. We're pretty much on the home stretch now. So I don't know if like the physical book will be ready then, but it'll be like pre-orders, and you're gonna get like a grab bag and like a poster and all that good stuff, and then the book will be sent to you whenever it's done.
I'm excited for that road trip.
And then we're also going to do one the night before the TCU game in Fort Worth with that group.
Beautiful.
So that's being worked on right
Beautiful.
now. Okay. Rest of the Big 12. Samford at Baylor.
Nope.
Nope. Don't care. Oregon State at Texas Tech. This ain't your granddad's Oregon State.
No.
This isn't like the Fiesta Bowl versus Notre Dame, Oregon State.
Settle at like 24, 25?
23.5.
Yeah, I mean, I think that.
I feel like Tech too. Like they just feel like a team. They're just going to kill everybody until
I think
they
want
somebody.
To right now.
They are pissed. They don't want like they're tired of like people talking about how much money they're making, all that stuff. The backyard brawl has really lost some luster. Nonetheless, a good rivalry game. Pittsburgh is at West Virginia. This game is in Morgantown. Pitt is now a 6.5-point favorite. That line has gone heavily in the favor of Pittsburgh.
Yikes!
It was at like 4.
That's
so the heavy money is going on Pitt.
It's one of those where you look at it before the season. It'd be nice for West Virginia to win, but I mean that's a mid-tier ACC team. I guess I don't think it matters a whole lot, quite candidly, with West Virginia.
No. Northwestern State is at Cincinnati. Blah. Iowa State at Arkansas State. We'll get to that one. Utah is at Wyoming. This is a CBS Sports Network game. 7 o'clock is your kickoff. Utah's a 23.5-point favorite. Is there any semblance of a scare there for Utah going to a group? So, like, Iowa State's not the only Big 12 team going to a group of 5.
That line has climbed quite a bit. Wasn't it like 18 on Sunday?
Yeah, I think Utah's really good.
Well, they've looked the part.
I mean, they look really, really, really good. And nobody likes to shit on Utah more than me, but I think that it's them, Tech, Iowa State, and TCU. And I would probably, just on eye test, it feels like Utah is probably the most physical up front. Just offensive line, right? Like, and then this Dampier is like, I don't necessarily know if I would take him over Rocco in a matchup. I'm not saying that, but he's just big, and like they're gonna. I would love to see them and Iowa State play at full strength, because I think that'd be a hard hat on hard hat. Like that's the type of matchup that I find, and I would pick Utah over Texas Tech. I think Tech will have a physical reckoning, because they haven't seen anything like what they're gonna get next week.
And they go to Salt Lake, which is a really hard place to play. I think as the season goes on, we may find out that last year was the aberration for Utah. Look at the last 15 years for that program. It's been pretty solid all the way through. And it wasn't working last year. They had injuries. The quarterback thing was a disaster from the start with Rising. And the coordinator got fired. So not only C-Dub did they get Dampier from New Mexico State, they brought in the coordinator too.
Yeah, which we saw Oklahoma do too.
Which I think, yes, super smart, because now it's not that big of a change for Dampier because he knows the system. It's a lot easier for the skill guys to adapt to the system rather than the quarterback. So they looked the part. Again, interior of that team was never the issue. It was just the quarterback was so bad last year with whatever situation they had that it ruined the whole season. And Kyle Whittingham knows how to coach. I think they're in it for the long haul, and the Vegas agrees with us there.
This was an easy win total over play. This was one of my picks that I gave out on Iowa Everywhere. That we live in way too reactionary of a world.
Yes.
Where one season and people will either bury you or, anoint you like as a genius. But there's so many variables in college football now.
Well, and that's why I think Arizona State's interesting this year too. Is do they fall back to where they were? I think a lot of Dillingham, but that loss at Mississippi State, the way Arizona State lost, that could have some reverb there too.
Absolutely, and you also had a generational player in Cam Scadaboo. Like, oh yeah, it's interesting that Levitt's a different player when he doesn't have that guy. Now that doesn't mean he's not going to be a good quarterback, but the amount of attention that opponents had to give Cam Scadaboo, and film is everything too. Film, like, watch like the NFL. Like, there's a reason a lot of times rookie quarterbacks can sneak up on you, and then their second year it's like, oh, that guy's human, because they've scouted you and they know what your ticks are. And like Levitt is gonna, again, like he may end up being the best quarterback in the league. I don't know. This isn't a referendum on his future, but he's going through it right now without Cam Scadaboo for the first time, which is really difficult.
And they got the Udo kid from Army. He's just not the same. And if you can't run the ball, I don't care who you are. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how good your quarterback is.
Iowa State should be favored in that game now. If
no
they weren't
doubt.
already, they should be.
I bet that's 3.5, 4 points right now in Iowa State's favor.
I would completely agree with you. By the way, just housekeeping. The Northwestern State at Cincinnati is the Jeff Woody special this week. 2:30 kick. ESPN
Jeffrey, if you're listening, I hope you have a lot of filler for that one.
Boy, Jeff's just had a hell of a first 3 days at ESPN with
Jeff. I got a challenge for Jeff Woody. Do you think he's listening? If all of you guys that are listening live right now, if you could text Jeff this. At some point, Jeffrey, we need a Northwestern State over Iowa basketball in 2005 reference.
Oh, beautiful. You can prove you're cloned him.
Yes.
That would give me a raging cloner if he did that.
Remember that game?
I do remember that game. I remember watching it in my apartment junior year of college.
Was it 06? It might have been 06, not 05. I think it was 06.
I was with old former Cyclone Scotty Stevenson watching that game.
I watched that game. I swear to you, so people know this, and I'm not afraid to admit it. I have a twin brother that went to Iowa. I watched that game in Iowa City.
That poor bastard.
And I had a great time though. Adam Haluska, Greg Bruner, and Jeff Horner. Sorry guys.
I actually like Bruner. I've got to know him.
I've golfed with Bruner before. Actually, not a bad dude.
Yeah, I've gotten to know him. He's actually really cool.
And I liked Adam's brother, Sean. Remember Sean Haluska?
Yeah, he's a clone.
Sean and I think Sean.
He married a Cyclone.
Shelley.
Yeah, Mossman.
Mossman.
Yeah, nice Cyclone couple.
Yeah, they're in Carroll, I think still.
Carroll's a nice place.
What's up, Carroll?
I watched the Carroll Kemper volleyball team play the Fighting Clarendon Cardinals last night. Good win. Congratulations to Kemper. I think we may have the better squad long term. You got us last night. Congratulations.
Knights. Way to go, Knights.
Yep. Knights got the win. I watched a little Quad and Denison last night on the Huddle app. It was great. Shout out to all the small town radio people, by the way.
You guys are grinders. Yep.
Okay, the rest of the Big 12 schedule, this is all over the place. Abilene Christian is at TCU. Texas State is at Arizona State. Sneaky game.
Okay,
I'm watching this game. Watching this game. 9:30 kick. Bloom, you going to come over?
Yes. I apologize to Texas State from
They're
Sunday.
Good.
They're better than I gave them credit.
Yeah, they're a good team.
I looked into them a little bit. They got some guys.
Plus 15.5. That's your play right there.
So on Sunday, I just want to correct the record. We said go in all in on Arizona State. I'm second. I'm having questions about that now.
Yeah, no, I am too. Texas State's good.
So just FYI, I retract my retraction from Sunday.
You guys have got to give us a little bit of slack too. Like when we go on that Sunday pod, like there's only so much time to, especially in these home games where we're so busy during the weekend and we have like every home game, I'm at like 3 sponsored tailgates, and then you got to go do the game, and then I have to do my poll. So I'm up like until like 3 a.m. watching these games and stuff. Like I'm not complaining. It's just like I'm sorry if we didn't scout Texas State before the Sunday pod.
No, and they played last year. Remember, it was a great game in San Marcos, I believe. Were they those Texas State Bobcats?
I do remember that game, and that was like a weird line. Do you remember that? Like Texas State was like favored at kickoff. I want to say. This is an automatic take the underdog. I think.
Let's
complete flip flop.
Let's just watch that game, and we'll be surprised by what Arizona State has.
It's heart attack season. Let's go to hopewoodjd.com and get your will done just in case.
You guys, Arkansas State, we hope we don't need it this weekend.
God,
we
look
really
at that logo for Hopewood.
But that is a great logo.
God, it's like Rocco's. I bought a Rocco Becht hat this week, by the way.
Good luck.
I sent the receipt to Rocco, and I told him, see, I got a problem. Like, I'm just buying all these, like, NIL things. It's like,
I got a Rocco long sleeve coming my way.
Nice. I love the clones.
Hopewood
too much.
logo is beautiful. It's
I
like
want a Hopewood
QR code.
hat.
Yeah, but it's like got the HW. That's nice.
It's like a barcode, and you gotta look at it.
Like, can you scan that with your phone and then get
your will done?
Get your will done. Yeah.
Also, I wanted to promote this. So our friends at Gravitate Cowork, and I've mentioned this that I'm speaking there, and I have the link to this. Aiden, I'm gonna have you put it on the screen, okay? I'm gonna text it to you right now. Actually, I can put it in the little chat thingamajig, and you can put the link in here for everybody to find out. Because I didn't realize this, but anyone can go to this if you pay. It's through the Des Moines Partnership, and it's an entrepreneur series. And I'm speaking at this. This is at noon on September 24th.
Did you name the event title?
No, I did not. I don't even know what it is.
It's pretty strong.
What is it?
Building a sports media empire.
I specifically told them not to use that title. I swear to God. I specifically told them not to use that title.
Hey, buddy, watch your back, Julius Caesar, you and your empire.
That's on Jacqueline Cordova. I specifically told her, do not use that headline.
Makes you sound really important.
I'm not. Like, I'm literally just a guy who started, who we acquired a message board and we started a blog. Like, that's literally what we did. And we started having some radio
I'm going to go, though. Can I go? Can I
That'd be
heckle
great.
from the front? Okay.
But you can come. It's at Gravitate Coworking. And,
perfect.
And I didn't realize it. I thought it was only, like, members of the partnership. I don't even know what that means. But, no, anybody can come to this.
Go, yeah. Yeah, lovely people at the partnership. So I'll be there.
Okay, great. That would be nice to have a nice, friendly face.
Yes, absolutely.
So that's coming up in 2 weeks.
And I know there's coffee at Gravitate too. So I'll be well.
Don't they have a keg?
They do. What time is your event?
Noon.
I
don't know anything about this. Like Jacqueline's got the whole thing set up. I got to get the book done, and then I'm going to focus on this after that happens.
Hey man,
the whole plan. Like, it has been a grind, dude. So we had Ireland, and prior to Ireland is, like, getting all the Cyclone Fanatic preseason stuff ready. Like, all of our sales, we had a staff change in the offseason, getting Jake onboarded, right? Like, all that stuff. You do the Ireland thing, about die like 16 times. Come back, jet lag, opening home game, Cyhawk week. And now it's like life is a little bit, like, kind of like normalizing.
That's why we're not going to Jonesboro, because you have
Correct.
to.
I can't.
You have to maintain your empire.
Isn't it like the Roman empires where somebody's always trying to kill them?
Yeah, I'm saying,
like
watch your back, pal.
The brothers are like always like trying to murder these people.
Yeah, I mean, is it Brend? I mean, just be careful.
Oh, Now you have ideas in my head. I trust Aiden. Aiden's the only
I
one
trust
I can
Aiden
trust.
too. I don't know about Jake though. Jake's got a little.
No wonder Jake was so eager to leave his
That's right.
high-profile television job
You know,
to come and work for Cyclone. The sportscaster of the year in the state of Iowa.
And he gets things done in 5 minutes. It's Daily Clone, so be careful.
Last but certainly not least, our friends at the Iowa State University Foundation, they got me signed up for another video. I'm going to do a top 10 traditions at Iowa State University for them. So that'll be cool. Looking for it. Like,
So
don't step on that damn thingamajig when you're walking through the
Zodiac.
Union.
The Zodiac.
Yeah.
Bad sign. Bad sign. In fact, if you're listening on campus right now, I know it's just Arkansas State. Just don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't chance it.
Because injuries, you know, it's going to be
hot.
like 100 degrees.
Like 100 degrees. Was talking to some of the guys. They're staying like an hour away, so they're like, man, we got to get up early and get on a bus, and you know. So there's some things. This isn't a walk in the park in Jonesboro either.
Before we get to the Red Wolves, I did pull. Jake Brin did this for me, so Jake and Aiden, I can play these, so you don't need to worry about it, buddy. A couple of quotes from Matt Campbell that I have from yesterday, and then in our pregame show that Jake and I are going to do, we'll do some really interesting stuff from John Haycock, which we'll circle back on in that one on the defense. But a couple of things I thought were interesting from Campbell. Here's a little Q&A with me and him. I asked him about the wide receivers subbing at the end of the game because I noted this in our pod Sunday. I thought it was interesting that Sewell and Townsend were so heavily used down the stretch when they hadn't really.
And I think it'll only continue to grow. I think, Chris, I think I said earlier, maybe before the season started, I think it's just you're not going to know that room until midway through the season. And there's a lot of talent. A lot of those guys were dinged up for fall camp. Brett was probably the only mainstay that practiced all through fall camp. And the rest of those guys, it was really hard for us. I was really concerned early in the season just because, those guys didn't have the reps with Rocco. The positive is, going into K-State, we were able to at least get those guys back on the practice field. And then I just think it's going to be a growth experience, let alone playing in game environment. But those practice reps are critical. And so I just think time is what we need to continue to pound away at it. But what's been fun is you feel like every game somebody different has stepped up, and Brett's kind of been the mainstay for the last 3 weeks for us. So excited to see what that room will continue to evolve into. We think it's really talented, maybe collectively as talented top to bottom as maybe what we've had. And, there's still some young guys down there that, haven't even got their opportunity yet that we think got superstar potential. So it's going to be fun to watch that group go. But, man, there's only one football, and there's some pretty good tight ends, and there's some pretty good wide receiver or running backs, and a pretty darn good O-line. So, it's just going to have to be, man, who makes the most of their opportunity every Saturday for us.
One other note, when I was watching the Iowa game back, and Iowa State's wide receivers didn't have a great game in that game. Like they weren't horrible, but that's not as good as. And I give Hall too for Iowa had a great game.
Yeah,
really
he was good.
He was really good. They had a great game plan. Kudos to the Hawkeyes. Would Aiden Flora be the best receiver? Or I'm serious. Like going through
He's a running back.
I know, but he could play receiver. I'm
play.
not kidding. Like when you go through Iowa State's depth chart, I know he's a running back. I think you could line him up at receiver, and he may be the best one on Iowa's roster.
Oh, on Iowa's roster.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I got it. No,
I was thinking about this, about how deep the room is, and Aiden's a guy they've moved around.
Yeah, no, I see. I was like on Iowa. I was like, well,
yeah, no. I'm. It's kind of a shot at Iowa, but it's more of a how deep I think this room is. But we still don't. Well, to Matt's credit, we don't know the order in which it's going to iron out.
Basically, I mean, honestly, is there a whole lot difference between Aiden Flora and then what's their little punt return guy, Aiden or Kate Weegan?
Yeah, that was my. Yeah. They remind me of each other.
Yeah,
and
I get it. I think that's we haven't really even seen Carson Brown yet this year,
and he was huge last year.
And he had a monster year down. Yeah, I that was interesting from Matt when he throws things out that's the deepest room we've had. Like that, antennas go up a little.
Yeah, but we still don't know what order. But, I mean,
that's the problem.
Because if you would have asked me after Kansas State, I would say Overby's the clear one. Edskelson is the 1B probably. Right now, I would say Edskelson's the guy I trust the most. I think Sowell, like, to me, still, like, just looks the part. Like, it looks like he's got a different ear. But Overby is the guy I've heard the most about. And then Townsend's, like, a different type guy. Like, I don't know. I have no idea where I would order these guys.
And what Sowell did on those I know there were 2 catches for, 17 yards? Is that all it was? But where Knoll and Higgins were so good is when you needed a first down, you knew where to go. And they would, it felt like last year, they would always get it. If you needed 6, they'd get 7. They had a way to catch everything and then grind for an extra yard or 2 if they needed it. And that's where Sowell's big body, I think, is a difference maker. What I've seen so far from Overby and Eskelson, big playability, no doubt. Like, I have no doubt those guys can go over the middle and make some catches too. But so far, I think Sowell's got that physical presence of he can grind out a couple first downs when you need one. And that's where Jalen got so much better as he got older. And that's why I'm high on Overby and Eskelson down the road. They have monster potential. But just like Jalen his first 2 years, he'd kind of shy away from contact a little bit, and he couldn't make those contested catches as much. That's where that experience and physicality comes in and where Sowell can really help. Iowa State, in my opinion, to be that A-plus offense beyond Bramer and Burkle, because they've proven they can do it, they need one of those receivers to make those big downfield contested catches. How many times did Higgins and Knoll just make a catch? Like, how did he do that? And that really bails out an offense when you're in those third and long situations. So excited to see those guys continue to develop. But I think, what Matt said there, which I was getting super encouraging, big fan of Rocco, clearly. We all are. I think the running backs have been good. I thought Abu Sama had his best game maybe as a Cyclone. I say that knowing what the K-State game was a couple of years ago. But what Abu's
seeing the field better.
He is. And he's
making the right cuts.
He's added 10, 15 pounds. Like, he's physical. He's getting yards after contact, which he didn't do his first 2 years. Tight ends are great. And then he called out the offensive line. Should be noted, Trevor Bohr will probably get some run on Saturday. Now, it's an illness, okay? So he's probably not going to play every snap, but I think they're going to try.
100 degrees.
It's going to be hot. And so when you're coming off of a pretty significant illness, I'm not talking the little cold I'm fighting right now, but like, whatever, mono or something similar to mono, then it's going to take a little bit to get your wind back up to speed, but he's only going to help.
You could do that, and then you got the bye week and hopefully be close to 100% for the Big 12.
Exactly. And that's where
a little bit like the Travis thing last year, where you have this like free agent coming in on the offensive line.
But I think Jim Boniface has been great. I really do. He has at center. Has he done anything wrong? I can't remember a penalty from Jim.
I don't know how you rate the offensive line anything lower than a B thus far.
I agree.
Yeah, I think they've been really good.
They haven't committed really any penalties at all. Zero fumble, zero snap issues. I think it's just been solid.
I would still put the first half of Kansas State as much on the quarterback and receivers as I would the line.
And that was in the rain in the first game.
Yeah, and like Abu whiffed on a guy on a block. I think Rocco would admit he was holding on the ball too long. The receivers weren't always getting open. Like and
maybe that play call, that pitch play when it's wet out, maybe not the best.
Mouse maybe wants that one back.
Get that one back.
All right, speaking of Mouse, loves the tight ends. Huge tight end guy. So this pop pass, it always works. Like I've never seen
like undefeated. Yeah.
Matt Campbell was asked about that yesterday. I think it was our guy Ben Hutchins who asked. If it wasn't Ben, I apologize. It was Ben or Alex Bussey from 247. But this is really fun answer from Matt Campbell about the legendary tight end pop pass.
The backstory would be I had to play high school football in the wing tee, right? And I had to play tight end, and I was always praying that we would pass the ball someday. And someday I was wishing that I would get more than 10 catches in a season, And one of the go-to pass plays in the wing tee is the tight end pop pass. So we've got them. We've got a million of them, from the dumps to the pop passes, and I probably nobody's thrown more of those in college football over the last 10 years than us. So just been a foundation of who we are offensively, and you go back to your roots a little bit, wing tee pop passes. So that's the foundation of that play.
Is that a fun part of being a college football coach where you could say, hey, like, I always wanted to do this in high school, and now I get to do it in the Big 12?
Yeah, it's exactly right. It is fun for us. Between me and Mouse, I think nobody loves to get the ball more to those guys and try to find ways to be creative with it. But, boy, that play, and I probably didn't realize how unbelievable the catch was until watching the videotape afterwards. But, it play design, great. Honestly, the play Gabe makes on it is exceptional. The tip ball play is great, but that play is incredible. It's his left hand, he spins around, and just a big time play. And Gabe's kind of made so many of those plays for our football team this fall already, playing at a really special level for us.
You have a tip of the cap to the video editing there by Jake Brand.
Look at that.
That's good stuff. Right
professional enterprise. It's an
come
empire.
on.
It's an empire we're working with here.
That's good stuff right there, though, and
yeah, it's cool.
What is interesting to me is
Mouse played tight end too, by the way.
But it's being scouted, and it still works. Like I would love to pick you have to really pick your spots with that, and it's kind of when they start to over pursue and it's kind of a timing thing by Rocco, because you kind of have to watch and see when they start to infiltrate the line, and then you pop it.
That play is almost more on the coordinator's timing than anything, because if it's a normal down and distance, you don't run it. It's got to be short yardage, surprise, catch them off guard situation, and that's where Mauser's been awesome. And I think his, I'm not smart enough to know play design and the mechanics and blocking schemes and all that, but I do know I'm smart enough to know when you're catching somebody off guard, and it seems like that has worked every time in regards to the opponent not knowing what's coming. And I think that's a sign of if you can keep your offense unpredictable, it makes your scheming a little bit easier.
Yeah, and that. I don't know.
And then your guy's got to make the catch.
I would just love to see
the
the analytics on when that specific play has been run over the Mauser. Has it never not worked? I want to say Rocco overthrew somebody one time last year.
The Texas game. I think was it the Texas game he did that? No, they hit a touchdown to that worked. That was not Mauser. That was Shieldhouse. But the Texas game was it Easton Dean? Tight end?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Easton Dean,
that was
the
a
old
touchdown. Yeah.
quarterback.
The old quarterback, yeah.
Tight
He
end.
caught one of those too. So it's been
Country
a staple
singer name.
the staple of the offense for a little
Has there
bit.
ever been a quarterback or a player named with a name that would be a perfect country artist more than Easton Dean?
And he looked like it too.
That's a good-looking man.
Yeah, he was a good dude.
All right, there you go. So that's a little. Thank you to Jake for putting those together. That makes the show a lot better. We appreciate it. We're going to start using video like that more in our shows too. So like our Cyclone Fanatic pregame show, which we're going to record later today, we're going to have a lot of that stuff as well.
I think the thing to watch for Saturday is Iowa State's, if possible, just run them off the field on the ground. As much as we love the pop pass, I would agree. This is a setup lineup. We're going to
give you some stats?
We're going to establish the run, and you are not hopefully going to be able to stop it.
Arkansas State's defense, okay, ranked 130th in total defense.
That is that last?
There's like 5 teams behind them, or 3 or 4 teams behind them.
All right.
Giving up 497 yards per game, 7.83 yards per play. Get this. Arkansas, who they lost to last week, averaged 11.1 yards per rush. Arkansas State has given up 6.6 yards per rush on the season. This is a hideous rush defense that Iowa State's going up against on Saturday. So I'm with you. And I'm not even I'll even take it a stage further. This is a Dylan Lee game.
Well, you hope you can get those guys.
Right?
It's going to be hot. It's going to be super hot. Man, what is
130th out of 134. Thank you, Aiden.
What is Georgia Southern doing? Come on, guys. Get it together down there.
What about our guy Chris Creighton at Eastern Michigan? That's disappointing.
Is he still there?
Yeah.
Come on,
131st.
Now, in Arkansas State, I mean, the crazy part is, C-Dub, is they won the one game.
But
They gave
against SEMO,
SEMO,
who
but they gave up a
sucks.
bunch of yards. It was
Yeah.
wild. And I looked at them this week. I was like, did Arkansas State get ravaged in the portal? And it's like, not really. They're just super light up front. Okay, here's the depth chart for their starting defensive line. 6'2", 247, 6'1", 274, 6'3", 297, 6'2", 246. Now, that is pretty light by today's standards. And then the linebackers are small too. This is a game where you just hope you establish the run, and then they have to bring people up, and then you go deep. And I with over under at 55, point spread at 21. So Vegas is basically telling you this is 37-17, something like that. That's kind of what they're telling you. That's what they're expecting.
I don't think Arkansas State will score 17.
So then do what you want there. It's 40 is the over under for Iowa State. Like,
Hey, while
let's
we're
be
on the
honest.
name of country artists, guess what the SEMO quarterback's name is?
George Strait.
Jax Leatherwood.
And Butch Jones is coaching Arkansas. We got country singers all over the
But
place.
Jax, to his credit, was 26
Jax.
of 36 for 272 yards and 2 touchdowns against that Red Wolves defense.
That's not a real name.
Jax Leatherwood. English, who knows a thing or two about country tunes, says, I'd buy that album. He's watching on YouTube.
Jax Leatherwood, by the way,
Jax Leatherwood featuring Easton Dean.
opened by Butch Jones. Jax Leatherwood is 6'8", 250. That's a massive
My
quarterback.
God. It's like that
That is-
Kentucky guy.
Yeah. What was that guy's name? Lefty? Hefty Lefty?
He died, didn't he?
Lorenzen. He did
Didn't he
die,
pass
yeah.
away? Yeah.
He did, but
really
his son's
sad deal.
his son's now a prospect. I guess.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that Lorenzen, he took the world by storm, man. Everybody
Yeah.
was obsessed with him there for a while.
Yeah, and then he played arena football for a little bit at like 400 pounds. Yeah. Anyway,
Jax Leatherwood.
Jax Leatherwood. I need to find a SEMO game just to check out Mr. Leatherwood. Look
there
how
we
big
go.
he is.
It's a good-looking man.
Nevada transfer.
Oh, you know what? He didn't want to play behind Chuba Purdy.
Who would?
He
What
knew
if-
that Brock's brother would beat him out.
Okay. What if Jax stood next to JJ, who stood next to Rocco in that photo? You know that famous.
Is J.J. Cole playing at App State?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
I don't think he is. I think.
Well,
he got-
Jackson Pence is supposed to be putting together this transfer list for us, so we'll be able to keep an eye on all
We'll
these guys.
figure it out. But I don't believe JJ has thrown. No, he did. He did play in one game. He's 2 for 4 for 36 yards.
Hey, all right.
All right, JJ.
Well, that'll be good too because he's at App State, and those games will be on like Tuesday and Wednesday nights, so we can cheer on.
Check out. They're
Cheer
2-0.
on JJ.
They're actually pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like that's a pretty good program that he ended up at for his sake. All right, let's get to. We'll thank our friends at Kelderman Manufacturing. Check them out at kelderman.com. Also, our friends at the Iowa Clinic Men's Center. You know, it's not a sexy thing to talk about your health and all that stuff, but we all need. Are you doing the week annual physical?
Oh yeah.
Because I
Yeah,
always
need
get my annual physical. You need to be doing that. We're getting
when you-
old now. Boy.
When you get
We
to
gotta-
that 4, you get that four in front of your number.
Yeah.
My birthday's on Sunday, so I mean that's
Are
a
we
good
going to
reminder. I
party
need to
on
go in.
Saturday or Sunday? When does this? It's got to be.
I mean,
Or is
I
it
got
all
the week-
depending on the game?
The game will dictate. I hope it's a stress-free game, and then Sunday during the podcast, you can all throw me a nice celebration. You know, Amish benches for everybody, really.
That sounds like a hell of a deal. Let's predict the. I'll give it. I think Iowa State rolls. I really do. I think that, and I think this is a show off the depth type game where Dylan Lee runs for over 100 yards in the second half. We're going to see backup offensive linemen. It's supposed to be really hot. There's the scare aspect of this game where you're going to a group of 5, and I understand it. It's just a mature Cyclone football team, though. I don't see them getting roped into overconfidence or anything like that. And I also think that they've done a pretty good job of like setting this season up where, hey, we need to get through this first quarter, and then we have the bye, and then we're going to rest, and then you ramp back up for Big 12 play.
Yeah, there is a part of me, though, C-Dub, that bye week looming kind of scares you a little bit.
Okay.
Just because it's like, well, you can't check out yet, and you just had an emotional win. It's a weird place to go. The notes suggest, or the notes say for Arkansas State, highest ranked opponent to ever play in that stadium. So Jonesboro, the people care there. They really do. Like, this is not going to be just, Ballard High School type atmosphere. I mean, there's 35,000 people there. It's going to be bumping a little bit. It's going to be hot. The thing with the hot weather is, and Matt talked about it yesterday, is like Iowa State practiced in warm weather, but it's been a little bit since it's been this warm in Iowa. But Arkansas State does not have the depth Iowa State does, so it's going to impact them too. So, like, you start talking about it's going to be 98 degrees, it's like, well, for Iowa State, that's fine because you've got more depth than they do. So, again, I'm putting that number. If Iowa State's 175, 200 yards or more on the ground, I think Iowa State cruises. If they can't run the ball and you let them hang around, again, Iowa State should win this by multiple touchdowns, but it's Jonesboro in the middle of a Saturday in September when it's 98 degrees out. Weird things can happen. You just got to put them away early. Do not give, because watching Butch Jones yesterday, that's a beat up football team emotionally right now. You just can't let them hang around.
Because it feels like they are just ready to get this part of their schedule over with.
They're ready to go to they're ready to go to their league games because they're like, we can't. But if you give them belief and they're hanging around in the second half, and then Iowa State, you don't want to tighten up, but you could tighten up and just don't make this thing interesting in the third quarter.
Couldn't agree more. Well, good show today. We appreciate our friends at Mechdyne, our friends at the Northwest Bank Studios, all of you the thousands of you that watched on YouTube and Twitter live. Of course, it'll be on the YouTube channel and the Cyclone Fanatic Podcast Network feed.
I hope this gets back to the Leatherwood family as well.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Could we sell Jack's Leatherwood NIL shirts at CycloneFanaticShop.com?
Hey, man. Go see. Big SEMO team here. SEMO. Real quick.
Big SEMO's always the example we use for shitty FCS schools. Yeah. And then I was looking at, that's who Arkansas State played?
Real quick, two big Monday games for Iowa State basketball. So.
That's a loaded Big Monday schedule this year. My God.
One other thing for me. Next Saturday, Minnesota Twins, Iowa State Day with the Twins. So check out the Weevil Collective social. A portion of every ticket price goes to support your Iowa State Cyclone.
Bye week. That's a good call.
Check that out on the bye week.
Who do the Twins
Saturday, they have the Guardians. It's the one. There's a doubleheader. The Iowa State game is the 1 o'clock game. So check out the We Will socials, and you'll see the ticket price. Hope to see you up there. And then we can go watch Utah play Texas Tech.
Deal.
All right.
He is Brent Blum. My name is Chris Williams, signing off here in the Northwest Bank Studios. Remember all of our Cyclone Game Day coverage, pregame with me and Jake Brin. Leah Nelson will join me on Saturday for halftime and postgame. Thanks to Aiden Wyatt for producing, and we'll be back with the beat reporters coming up later this week here on the Cyclone Fanatic Podcast Network.